If there was a checklist that said this is what not to do if you're screening tenants to fill your rental property, I would have successfully checked every single box off that list with my first rental property. You see, I was so nervous about the thought of this rental property being vacant and nobody wanting to live there and having to pay 2 mortgages that I ended up just taking the first tenant that came and knocked at my door. And boy, was that a mistake. Evictions, thousands of dollars, you get the story. So now there's 5 steps that I follow to fill my vacant units, and I do not bend on these rules or I end up paying for it later. 1, verifying their income. I look for at least 3 times the income from their rent to their gross income on their paychecks. 2, I look at their credit history. I don't care as much about the credit score, but I do care about the quantity of debt, and I also care about the type of debt. If they're not paying their car bills and they're not paying their cell phone bills, I've learned that they're not going to pay you either. 3, I look at the rental history. I don't care if they're willing to pay a year of rent in advance. If they've been evicted, they may very likely repeat that process again. Don't get them in. 4, I look at criminal history. Not only do I look at criminal history, but I make it extremely clear that everybody who's going to be living in that property that's over 18 must be on that lease. Nobody can show up later that isn't on that lease. And number 5 is just being consistent with my criteria. If I keep it on paper and I check my boxes, that helps me make decisions on tenants much easier, keeps the emotions out of it, keeps from hearing sob stories or whatever it comes their way, and ultimately keeps your property filled with the right people, getting you paid on a more consistent basis.